Hey everybody. I've been trying to make or be better at making videos more consistently this year. Um, Obviously I haven't been keeping up with my hair as well this year, but whatever. Um, but I just really had a tough time doing that this week. I just couldn't really make any videos. It was hard pulling myself to make videos. Quite honestly, it's because I'm deflated about the whole matter. Um, I I vented a bit to the firearms guy a bit about the matter, and just it's not like an angry vent. It was more like just sort of explaining my mental state right now, I guess. Um, because I see 1984 style measures and mind control being thrown across by Republicans, by conservatives, or people who call themselves the conservatives, and it's just really disconcerting because they're the people who should have my back in the matter, but they just don't. For instance, this Sunday, I had somebody went to my church explain to me that the only reason I want a bump stock is because I want to kill more people. To which I tried to explain to them that the only reason somebody would buy a bump stock would be to waste ammo. I mean, and it's a horrible waste of ammo too, just how it works. But to each his own. Just because I'm not gonna own a Corvette doesn't mean I'm gonna keep somebody else from owning a Corvette. That's just how I see it. But I tried to explain to the person that if we see accessory bans on the federal level, then we will see New York, California style gun bans nationwide. That they just want to, they want to save the children. They don't want you having weapons of mass destruction, whatever. Not only that, but I see our president's comments this week about saying how it's too dangerous for adults that are 18 to 20 years old owning firearms at all, which is completely ludicrous. What is that? Oh yeah, and he wants to take away our Second and Fourth Amendment right at the same time, just because your might not work right, but we're gonna figure that out after we take everything away from you. Which is not how this country works, or it's not how it's supposed to work. But with the media, but on both sides pushing the agenda of, oh, maybe this shouldn't happen, or these things are too dangerous. It's just sad. I mean, I do my best to educate myself on all matters, and if I deem something was wrong to own, I would get behind it. It's bad. It's bad to use street drugs, and I'm against using those and owning those and all that stuff. But firearms are the only object or weaponry. Period. It's not just firearms. Blades, blunt force weapons. They're all guaranteed to us by the Second Amendment. They're the only objects that are that are confirmed as the right of the citizen to own, and it restricts the government from banning any of that. The whole Constitution was written on limiting government, not the people, and we all should remember that. But it's just really discouraging. I see YouTube channels getting taken down because they believe in these death weapons, and it's just really disconcerting that people who I thought had my back are now trying to paint me as crazy or insane. I even had one person tell me that the government should restrict what calibers we can own. What calibers? His logic was, well, just because some redneck decides that he needs a 50 BMG sniper rifle when he has an apartment in downtown Atlanta doesn't mean he actually needs it. Nobody needs a muscle car. I love Mustangs, but nobody needs that much power in an engine, especially in a car frame. So why should somebody own a Mustang? I mean, it's just using the same line of logic on something else that people go, nah, you're just stretching it. But it's the same line of logic. And it's hard to get people to see that because they see on the media all the time, brainwashing them into thinking these are death items that you only want to own to murder people. And that's one thing me and the much bigger channels are pushing. It's because I've become unapologetic and really arrogant in how I defend the Second Amendment, much more now than I ever have. Because I don't want anybody telling me how I can or cannot protect my wife. To me, that's not negotiable. Nobody can limit me in how I protect her. It's illegal, but to me, to put it in an extreme way, if I want to lay landmines all over the place to keep her safe, that should be up to me, not some overstuffed suit in the government position. And that shouldn't be for somebody in a completely separate state to decide what I need to protect my wife. Now, I'm not going to be laying landmines. That's just illogical and just asking for innocent casualties. But I don't want anybody telling me I can't own an AR, an AK, a Tavor. I don't want anybody telling me I can't and writing it in law that I can't own that. I don't want anybody telling a 19-year-old homeowner who's, or some 19-year-old who's working his way through college in his own apartment. I don't want anybody restricting him from owning a 10/22 or a 12 gauge to protect himself in his apartment. I don't want anybody restricting anybody from having the right to protect themselves or the people they care about. And I just wonder if any of you all have felt this deflation this week with all this 1984 mind control stuff that's going on. Nobody's scared of the NRA. The NRA is actually stabbing their members in the back time after time again. But I want to end this video like I always do, encouraging you all to walk Christian walk and carry loaded Glock.